would you trust a coworker you have actually never worked with? What about taking advice from someone whose qualifications you haven't verified? Now, think about the AI tools you use every day. Have you ever checked how accurate they are? How do you know when they make a mistake? Would you trust an important decision without verifying the answer first? If not, why do we often accept AI-generated responses without questions? As AI becomes part of our daily lives, ungoverned AI adoption is quietly encouraging us to trust systems that we don't fully understand. To better understand this issue, I have researched this topic through a 2026 peer-reviewed study published by the Brain Journal, a 2025 study from the International Journal of Human-Computer Interactions, and a 2026 industry report from the AMWA Journal. Whether you use AI from school today or for work in the future, you'll likely depend on it more every passing year. Understanding how AI should be managed starts by asking one simple question. Today, I will explain you why ungoverned AI adoption is a growing problem, how organizations can manage it responsibly, and what can you do to encourage AI governance. Organizations are adopting AI much faster than they are creating policies to govern it. According to Brain Study, only about 13% of European companies have officially adopted AI by 2024, while 80% of its employees were already using AI tools informally. One famous example of AI ungovernance happened at Amazon, where an AI hiring system learned to systematically downgrade any resume containing the word women's, creating bias against qualified applicants. Researchers have also found that people trust AI differently depending on how it's presented. When AI is presented as a teammate instead of a competitor, people see it as more trustworthy and helpful. Finally, experts remind us that AI isn't doing all the work. Joshua Kim, CEO of Artist Inc., reported in an industry conference that generating the first draft is only about 20 to 30% of the job. Human review is still essential. Fortunately, researchers have identified several ways organizations can close this governance gap. The following are drawn from research studies and industry reports themselves. The first one being the EU AI Act Compliance Framework, which requires companies to closely monitor high-risk AI systems like hiring software and keep humans involved in important decisions. We also have the Fairness by Design, known as the Lagrangian model. Instead of letting AI develop hidden bias, organizations build fairness into their algorithms. One case study proved that it reduced hiring bias by more than 2/3. We also have the Collaborative Framing Strategy. Researchers from the Human-Computer Interaction Journal also found that employees respond better when AI is presented as a partner rather than a replacement. By simply changing how AI is introduced, we can improve trust and cooperation. Finally, we have the process before technology. Organizations should redesign their entire workflow instead of relying only on AI's first draft. AI works best when humans review it and improve its output. These solutions aren't just ideas, they have been tested. The Fairness by Design model consistently reduces bias while maintaining performance during a controlled 200 epoch training simulation, showing organizations can improve fairness without sacrificing effectiveness. Researchers also found that the collaborative framing strategy produces statistically significant improvements in how people perceive the AI. In other words, participants trust AI more because of the way it was introduced, not because of chance. Research has already told us that these strategies work, but what does actually look like in a real organization? Let's imagine one example. Imagine that a company is using AI to screen job applicants without any oversight. Over time, qualified applicants are quietly filtered out because no one notices that the system has become biased. Employees also use different AI tools without training or clear policies. Now, imagine that that same company, after adopting AI governance, they have regular audits to catch problems early. Hiring becomes fair. Employees receive training, and more people trust technology because they understand how it's being used. If these changes can make such a difference, what can each of us do to encourage responsible AI use? You can do this by the next time your school or workplace introduces an AI tool, ask one simple question. Who is responsible to making sure the system is accurate, fair, and regularly reviewed? Also think about how AI is already being used around you. If these aren't clear policies or human oversight, start the conversation. Organizations are adopting AI faster than they are creating policies to govern it. Fortunately, research shows that fairness checks, legal oversight, and collaborative designs and human reviews make AI more trustworthy and more effective. Remember that coworker that you couldn't completely trust on your first day? Right now, that is how many organizations are treating AI. The difference is that they are already using AI to make important decisions. By asking just one governance question a week to your superiors, they can be teachers or employers, this is the first step towards making sure that trust is earned and collaboration and responsible use of AI is being done correctly.